What's up, everybody? It's me only here with the final installment of the June 7th NinoPokeBros Friendly Competition tour with the Basculegion team that I slapped together the night before. I never thought I'd be talking this late after it. It's July 12th is the time of recording. But common question of the day is going to be, what Hisuian Pokemon would you like me to try and use? I have a Sneasler team that I've already used. I'm going to go through those videos and kind of nitpick to see if there's anything exciting going on. I'm not just going to upload wins. I don't mind losing. It's just if something cool happens, I'd rather showcase it than just nothing crazy going on. I don't know. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, let's just jump right into this one. It was a pretty cool one. Excited to leave the whole searching for the opponent thing because when I saw this was like right as the tour was ending. So I was like, okay, it's my last chance to pull off a victory. And it's an opposing rain team. However, they have Rillaboom and Ursaluna. And right as I saw that Rillaboom, I thought that's genius because you can set up grassy terrain and start healing some of the damage back taken from your life orb from your wave crashes. You can also have Fake Out, which is just, you know, that's a move that you just don't want to be without if you have the option for it. So I decided to leave Thundurus and Pelipper. Decided to set up the rain. Kind of doesn't feel too good now because my opponent has their Basculegion out and I just have Pelipper and Thundurus. They go for Fake Out. Thankfully I have Covert Cloak. Covert Cloak, such a great item to have on the genies just because they can't get faked out. You can set up Tailwind, you can Thunder Wave their main DPS, and they go for Wave Crash onto Thundurus and things gone. We know this fish hits hard. That's what we know, at least on this channel. So now I figured, alright, rain's up, I can bring in my fish. Oh, that's right, I actually attacked the Rillaboom first. It actually does almost 50%, which is really, really good because Rillaboom's insanely bulky. It's got a lot of HP and the defenses are very, very good. And I think most common item is Assault Vest, so that's probably why I loved it so well. But I have my fish in. I figure, I don't know if I want to get hit with a Wood Hammer if I take out this Basculegion, so they go for Last Respects onto me. I'm protected, and I get hit, or almost get hit. I protected the Wood Hammer. That would have absolutely destroyed my Basculegion. So, Hurricane goes off. Still barely alive, so I don't really want to stay in here, because yeah, I could probably finish their Basculegion. I'm going to outspeed it because it's paralyzed, but I don't want to risk a double protect or anything, so I'm just going to switch in Chanpao. That way, my Basculegion is safe. Once this Rillaboom's gone, I can probably just start tearing through their team. So, switch it out. I turned Canadian there. Switched it out. And boom. Alright, so my Chanpao's in. It doesn't really do anything for me for the whole sort of ruin, but it keeps my Basculegion alive for another turn. They actually opt for the Protect there, which it kind of makes sense. They probably didn't want to get hit with the Last Respects themselves. Take a lot of damage, but thankfully since I'm sashed, I live that, and Rillaboom feints to recoil damage. So that's the main problem gone. I figured if they have Ursaluna in the back, once I get my Basculegion in, as long as they don't have Trick Room up, I'm fine. So Hurricane just hits Protect, nothing really crazy going on there. And I'm trying to think, what would they bring in next? So they end up bringing in their Pelipper. Cool, so they brought Rain 2. Well, you know, their rain setter at least. So I protect my Chanpao. And I'm kind of debating if I want to go for Tailwind just so I can outspeed my opponent. I know my Basculegion is going to outspeed theirs. They're paralyzed, but, you know, I can outspeed my Pelipper maybe. But I decided I'll just go for Hurricane. It's probably safer. They go for the double protect on Basculegion. I get it, but they're going to probably try to attack Pelipper because this thing's just going to spam Hurricane. That's what they do once the rain's out. Boom. Oh, that's 50% and a confusion. That confusion, the fact that Hurricane's 100% accurate in the rain, it's such a powerful combination. Even though with Pelipper's stats don't look too great, it has definitely done more than enough. So my opponent decides to Terrasilize this turn, and they Terrasilize their Basculegion. Who would run a Water Terror Basculegion? That's such a weird Pokemon to use. What the heck? So they go for Aqua Jet. They aren't paralyzed yet. Finish my Chanpao off, but kind of feeling better because now I have a safe switch in for my Basculegion. So I don't have to worry about switching into some Last Respects. Pelipper's confused. Does it bypass the check? does. Hits my Pelipper with Hurricane. So my Pelipper's better. It's not going to get... Okay, it's confused. That's okay. Because now we're going to have my Pelipper. Will it attack? It does. So it hits the Hurricane onto Basculegion, and I think we have more confusion going on. So no one really knows what's going on this field here. Shoutouts to Pelipper for just clutching that one out. Grassy Terrain goes away, which I didn't get much out of it, unfortunately, but I think they ended up getting something out of it. Alright, so now we have our Fishy Showdown. I decide I'm going to Terrastalize. I don't want to get hit with the Last Respects. That's super effective, and I'm going to fire off my own Last Respects because I don't want the Wave Crash to be resisted. And I kind of don't want to, since I only have this one Pokemon left to do big damage, I want to make sure that I have enough HP to live with the recoil that I'd be taking. So listen, they're confused and paralyzed. So I think they went for Aqua Jet there. There was no way they were outspeeding me otherwise. Last Respects gets the knockout. So I had, what, 2 Pokemon fainted. So that was like 150 base power. So their fish is gone. There can only be one. And take some Life Orb damage. And they're confused. Are they able to attack? They do, but they hit themselves. So that's good. Alright, so my Pelipper, being the better Pelipper, snaps out of confusion, fires off a Hurricane, and finishes their Pelipper off. Okay. So, they have one Pokemon left, and at first I thought they didn't, and then I saw one Pokemon and I was like, okay, well, I got this. But if I go for Wave Crash here, and their Sash somehow keeps them alive, I take a bunch of recoil damage, maybe they finish Pelipper, and then I faint to like recoil again next turn. So I was really like concerned, so I decided to go for Aqua Jet. I don't want to take too much damage. It does about 75%, and I take a little bit of Life Orb damage, but Ice Spinner's off. They finish my Pelipper, so it's like, I bet they're going to go for Sucker Punch next turn. So I feel like Aqua Jet's definitely the play, because I'm at 161 HP. Yeah, so Aqua Jet, definitely go for that. They go for Protect. At this point, I wasn't sure if they were trying to scout out what I'm going for the second turn or just stall out the rain. Actually, you know, they're probably stalling out the rain because the rain ends this turn. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now I'm not outspeeding it, but I'm going for priority anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much to me. Second Punch goes off, and I live it with 43 HP. So unless I did less than like 80 HP with Wave Crash, I probably, that moved their one of the game. So that really came down to the wire there. The fishy battle of epic scales ended up in my favor, so that was really cool. And it was kind of nice that it ended off in Basculegion's as the only one being left in the field. So final placement for that tour was 69th place. I think it was out of like 102, 101 entrants. So overall, fairly nice for my first tour. I did a quick little scroll until I saw myself on home here. Sorry, it's a little late tonight. And there I am, Mitchell. And it also shows on home on the app. It's actually pretty cool, the usage of Pokemon, so you can see, okay, what common Pokemon were. Obviously, this probably isn't relevant anymore because this was like before Regulation D came out, but it's still pretty neat to look at. You can kind of see what people were using and what they thought they were cooking and what they were cooking. So make sure you answer the comment question of the day. Obviously, Sneasler's coming up next. It's going to be something really quirky and very gimmicky, so it's gonna be cool. And thank you for watching. Bye.